I use those abilities to help a friend who's a paranormal investigator, and I also do readings. Almost every place I've lived since has had some level of activity, and I've had to learn how to set boundaries with the spiritual world and protect myself. I have many more stories, so if you're interested, let me know. And let this be a warning: never hang two mirrors facing each other. If you read the books from Jeffrey Dengler, Dengler, you'll find my name mentioned. This is really cool, OP. Thank you so much for sending this in. I never know, and maybe you can tell me, because I'm definitely going to email you back and tell you that I want all of the stories. But maybe you can tell me if it's. I feel like me saying that it's cool that you experience these things can be taken like almost in an offensive way sometimes. Because I know some people don't look at this as like a gift. Some people would rather not have these abilities. So you let me know if it's offensive. I would rather learn from someone of your stature than someone who might not have these abilities and be just making assumptions. However, again, and I'm sorry if this is offensive, I think that this is super cool. I think absolutely that the two mirrors were a portal. It's said across the board everywhere when it comes down to the spiritual realm that if you hold two reflections together, they open a portal because they pretty much bounce light differently back and forth to each other, and everything is based off of the prism of light, right? But what we can and can't see. So if it's bouncing light differently than what we see visually, because it's a reflection on a reflection, then why wouldn't it open some type of realm that we can't tell is there? I'm also wondering if this particular house was kind of like an energy nexus. Again, if you have been here a while, you know exactly where I'm going with this, because in Charmed there is a nexus, and the house is the nexus, right? And it's the connection, and it makes the pentagram and yada yada yada, right? So I'm wondering if this is the reality of situations such as this, and maybe it doesn't have to be like a pentagram, and I know that that was just an exaggerated portion for the show, but I'm curious to know whether or not there is some type of spiritual nexus that exists, and maybe in multiple locations, and maybe this house is one of them, or maybe it, sits on the teeter-tatter, of one, just because I know that the portal was open, absolutely, but I feel like you had so much activity happening that this was like Insidious times 10. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there was a reason beyond you that it was attracted to that specific area. So I would be really curious to know if that's an actual thing. I definitely want every single story that you're willing to send in. We are going to continue reading all stories. I will say that I am going to start saving certain stories